Hi there, welcome back to the channel. It's Gaz here from the Double O Duo with episode 2 of Gaz Reviews. Well, today I'm going to be reviewing one of my favourite trains, one of my favourite locos, Hornby's Coronation Scot. Back a couple of years ago when they announced they were going to be doing the full 9-coach set of the Coronation Scot, I thought, wow, gotta have one of these. It's going to look brilliant. You know, I was used to having the old Hornby, you know, the railroad coaches, there's the generic LMS coaches they used to do. Anyway, so we've got all the coaches, we've got the brand new Loco. Let's give it a look. Let's give it a once over, see what the score is. Now here we are. Here's our Loco, number 6220, Coronation. What an absolute beauty. And then as we move down, we've got... Well, I've got 6 out of the 9 coaches. The full set would be 9. I'm gradually picking them up one at a time. But the RRP is £60 each on these, which is quite a lot for a coach, especially when you're buying 9 of them. I've actually set a rule to myself not to pay more than £40 for each coach. So I'm sort of biding my time, waiting for them to drop in price. And they have. You just have to play the waiting game. So here we go. It does look really, really special, doesn't it? All coupled up like that. Fantastic. Okay, so let's have a look at the logo. Okay, it's a big upgrade over previous releases. They've really gone to town with the paintwork and the detail. There's some really crisp paintwork there, and little builder's plates, etc. I really can't fault the model. I have noticed a few people online faulting this here, these rather large holes where the handrails, the grab rails fit in. I mean, yes, they're a bit oversized, aren't they? But from a standard viewing distance, yeah, you can't see that from here, a couple of feet away. Lovely jubbly. Right, so let's get him on the layout, is it, and see what he can do. So here we are, the Loco placed on the layout. You must forgive my wonky platform lights over there, that needs addressing one day. So anyway, let's give it a bit of juice, see how he starts off. Dialing it in, we're not running digital, so it's just analog. Nice and quiet, nice and smooth. Let's crank him up. Sorry about the mess there. Here he goes, radius 3, these curve it's on, the curve it's on now. Let's give it about 3/4 power now. Doesn't seem to be any problems with the running. All looking good. I mean, I'm fibbing a bit. It's not like this is the first time it's been on the track. I have had a little play with it. And it's very nice. So let's get the coaches on and have a look at those. Now, something I've noticed about these coaches, so they all have lights. They have wiper pickups on the back of the wheels. And on some, but not all of the coaches, it's causing quite a lot of drag. But if we look at these 3 here, if I give them a little push, that wasn't much of a push, but those ones roll okay. But here we have the kitchen car. Smaller coach, you think it would, I don't know. This one, that's not very free rolling really, but we'll add that one to the rake as well. Right, one more to go. Now we have the RFO restaurant car. This one is quite nice and free rolling. And then the last one. Now the last one, the first class coach, and that barely rolls at all. Okay, there's a hell of a lot of drag on that. I'm guessing this will need to be investigated at some point. Okay, let's give it a go. Now, as it turns out, 6 coaches is about right for my station, about the perfect size. So, sorry about the old fingers there. I'm not very good at the old holding the camera. So let's back up the Coronation. Let's see if we can handle these quite draggy coaches. Right, just going to let him have a run for a minute. So let's have a look. Here we are, coming around the fairly sharp bend. Give it about 3/4 power. And then down the good old stretch. Fantastic. Really looks the part, doesn't it? Looks the business. Lovely jubbly. Let's just bring him back to the station. Excellent. So, fairly pleased with these. Not sure they quite warrant the £60 each on the coaches. Is quite a lot, isn't it? Just for the lights, but a very nice set. Okay, so since filming my the initial running session, bit of a disaster. So it was going around full pelt around the layout, couple of laps, probably about 20 minutes to half an hour, and it just rolled to a halt. Motor still spinning, and the Loco just, you know, push it along, freewheeling. The drive gear was not, the final drive gear was not connecting. It had come loose from the axle, probably because of the drag of the coaches is just putting too much pressure on the gear or the motor. I don't know. Well, not the motor, because the motor's working okay. So what I've done is a bit of super glue on the axle, slid the gear back into place, let it dry, let it cure for a bit, and then what I figured I'd do now is just let it run and run and run. I might put it on a time lapse now for the purpose of this video, and we'll see how long it can go with 6 Coronation Scot coaches in tow before it conks out again. Hopefully it won't. Hopefully it'll do the job. But I have read that if this happens again, the thing to do is not just use super glue, but to use a mix of super glue and baking soda to make a more permanent bond, which is what I'll do if this mucks up again. Let's have a look. Okay, we're going to set him off, and then I'm going to put you on time lapse and see how he goes. Go on then, Coronation. Oh, don't forget your coaches. That's one for the bloopers reel. Okay, let's try again. Let's set him going before we put him into time-lapse mode. Off he goes, get up to speed. Okay, well thankfully the old super glue fix seems to have done the job for now. I'm quite pleased that it's done quite a few laps there and hasn't been any problems. So, super glue, the way forward. Shouldn't really have to do that on one of these big expensive Locos though, should I? Lucky it was a second-hand job off eBay. So I'm pleased that's working because, in all honesty, I was a bit afraid to run it. I don't want to spend all that money and then be afraid to run the bloody thing. You know what I mean? Shouldn't have to worry about it. So, okay, I think I'd give the whole set about a 7 out of 10. There's nothing wrong with the detail, the paintwork, everything. It looks fantastic. But it shouldn't give me anxiety to run it, should it? So it loses a few points for that. So, and yeah, I don't know whether it would be able to handle 9 coaches. That might be a bit iffy too. Yeah, on the whole, pretty pleased. Let's have a couple of nice shots of it running now to finish off. And I'll have a think about what to review next. If you've got any ideas, put them in the comments below. Perhaps I'll show you a quick selection of my Locos now, and if there's any you'd like me to review. then I'll have a go. Let me know. Thanks. Alright, starting off with the modern locos there, 59, 47. Royal Mail one only came in the post this morning, yet to give him a run. There's the diesels. Then we move on to the steam. That's an old Bachmann A4 there. Hornby A1. That's one of my repaints, that is, the 5200 Goliath, just like on the Dartmouth Railway. Oh, Thomas, we don't need to review him. And I've already done the APT. Happy days. What I might do is do a review of the old Blue Pullman next. Another very fine model. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to get another Hornby Streamline Coronation, the one of the older tooling City of Edinburgh, and see if that can handle these new coaches. Let's give that a go. So here it is, City of Edinburgh. This is one of Hornby's older models from the early 2000s. That still holds up well. It's a fine model. I like it in the black, actually. I think once I get myself an airbrush, this is going to be the first one I ever go at weathering. That would be a good idea for a video too, wouldn't it? Okay, so let's see if this can handle all these new heavy draggy coaches. Here he goes. I mean, these are good runners as well. No, it doesn't seem to be having a problem. Okay, so the old City of Edinburgh performed adequately then, no problems. So at least if Coronation fails, I've got a backup. Brilliant. So thank you very much for watching. Leave a comment and subscribe and all that luck. And keep an eye on our Instagram. That's where we post the most. I say we, less of a duo these days. Ivy's just started comp and has less time to hang with her dad in the garage playing trains. Understandable, I guess. Maybe. Oh well. See you again.